Hey there, everyone. My name is Monkey Shrapnel. Whoa, got a little jittery there for a sec. Weirdly enough. This is Monkey Shrap. what a freaking botched intro. This is Monkey Shrap from the guys that play games. Back with some more Diablo 2. And I actually remember to click the button that lets me, record my freaking mouse. Look at that sexy hand. You can actually see it. Imagine that. I never even thought about it, but like. He has a really cool mouse cursor. It's basically the same one in Diablo 1 too. It's really nice. Never even really thought about it, but it's like I feel like a lot of games don't really have if they have a cursor at all, it's usually just the vanilla mouse. Actually, is that even true? I don't think so, but I digress. So I actually went ahead and look at this. I actually went ahead and grabbed some runes that I wanted to do. I basically just grabbed runes for. And I also had to shop these items for some just basic rune words. Just because, why not? None of these will probably be useful, chances are, but we can see what they do. Huh? Wait. Wait. Oh, you can't do it inside the thing. I forgot that's a change. They changed that in D2R. I totally forgot that. You cannot socket rune words in the stash specifically to avoid accidentally, screwing yourself. This is pretty. This is actually really vanilla looking, but it does have that fine potion, which is kind of cool. And 67 lower resist charges is cool, but not particularly useful. That's a nice change, though. I forgot they did that. Nadia, +1 to fire skills, blah blah blah, nothing too crazy. Oh, here we go. Here's our big one, Taleth. Let's see what stealth is. Stealth is not very stealthy, although it does have 90% poison res. This is okay. I mean, if I had gotten this earlier, I probably would have used it. Yeah, nothing particularly Guess we'll sell these.
Good day.
Actually, it took me an hour to get all this stuff, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's given it's all basic stuff, it's eh. Alright. Alright, we got our strength. What does strength give us? I mean, honestly, that's not too bad. It's basically a knockoff of what I already have, if you actually think about it. Alright, here's a big one, because this one's high level. Is this one gonna be good? Peace. Not really. I mean, physical damage reduction in both integer and percentage is nice. What does my merc have? Doesn't he just have, yeah, this. Actually, honestly, this, the only thing he really gets from this is the hit recovery and, a little bit of extra res. And, I mean, it's not like this is giving him a ton more, but the physical damage reduction and extra life and stuff is nice. And poison resistance actually matters on mercs, so you know what? I guess I'll keep this. Sure, why not? We actually found something, imagine. Would I give him for his sword, actually, too? Plus $2 skills. I'm not getting rid of that. I'd be crazy to. Bada bing, bada boom, as they say in the biz. How many times have I said that in my life? Alright, I kind of focused a bit on shields, just because, hey, why not? Rhyme. Holy moly! That's a high level fucking enchant. He has the castrate shield, which during my search for a shield I actually found a slightly better bone shield, which is basically just slightly more defense, so I figured I might as well buy it. Why not? This isn't bad. That's a lot of fire resist, and if he could cast that enchant on me, I would use that in a heartbeat, because that would be phenomenal. But fortunately, that's not really an option. And I also grabbed this because I can use this. I mean, if it's a good item, right? Unfortunately, it is pretty meh. Well, nothing particularly special, but hey, I figured it was cool to find, you know, fiddle around. And I mean, if nothing else, like, let me turn the sound up just this smidge. Nothing else, you know, we did get a decent body armor from Merc when he can use it. Like, what is it? 29? What level is he? Yeah, I don't know if it'll stand the test of time is the thing. Surely I'll find something better by then. We'll see, I guess. I put 2 things in here for 100 lightning damage. Is there anything in here that I could realistically use? 100% enhanced damage ain't bad. It's actually kind of a lot of the same things. Oh yeah, these are just like better. But they're also level 31, so that's something to consider. Anyways, sure. Let's get going. Let's summon our duders. And if we're lucky, we'll get our Valkyrie right away. What are my skills looking like? I haven't played in a while, because it just hasn't been a good opportunity for me to record recently. I'm a long way from Grizzly Bear, honestly. I might put some points into Direwolf just to make them a little tankier, because they also, like, the Direwolves give, I think, life to all the summons. Yeah. It's like, that's really nice. It makes them tankier. And, like, my damage is pretty good right now. I got a lot of life. We'll see. We'll see. Where am I? Right, yeah. I think we're looking for the heart. Yes, sirree, Bob. So we got the Bazaar going on. Hell yeah. But yeah. Act 3 is really like polarizing. I feel like a lot of people don't like Act 3, and I don't blame them. It is certainly a bit of a. It's quite the ordeal. I didn't realize it was gonna tell me in the chat that I can't do it, but since I don't have it mentioned, it doesn't do that, which is kind of funny. Because yeah, the forest itself is pretty like, you know, it can be kind of wacky at times. If you get unlucky and have to go through the Great Marsh, and especially if you go through the Great Marsh and end up with a dead end. If you don't realize that you didn't have to go through the marsh, it's like, oof, you know what I mean? That can suck. And there's a lot of whininess, like even just these sewers, it's like you have to like go through like in a very specific way because there's just these tiny little bridges a lot of the time, and if you can't find the bridge, and you might just end up in a dead end once again. Hey, done some stuff. Ah, let me move, you son of a bitch! Because if I click out of bounds, it won't let you move, which is a funny little quirk. Because it actually like kind of tells you indirectly where the actual out of bounds is. Because in certain areas you can kind of click into the void and you'll still move, and sometimes you can't. Because in some areas the void actually does extend a little further out than you'd expect. I think the trick for the Kurast sewers is that there's a chest. There's a golden chest you can find down here. And the chest is like one section away from the actual like entrance to the thing. So like if you find this golden chest, you're like right next, you're like next one basically, like here. Although I'm not sure where you consider this relative. Is this considered top left or top right? Huh. It's closer to the top, like where like this entrance, but like. What does that even mean? You know what I mean? That isometric... it makes me think like that. The isometric art style, or like isometric perspective of these games kind of makes a lot of trouble. You wouldn't think. You'd think like, oh, it's just whatever. If anything, you'd think it makes things easier, because now you only have to put like... You have a... You know, you can flip it for both southwest and southeast, right? Because like if I'm facing this way... Right, for sprites, right? Because, you know, the old game is sprites, right? You only have to have, like, basically, like, 2 directions. One for down and one for up, essentially. But, there's so many weird things and weird quirks and, like, limitations and stuff of the fact that it's, like, set up like that, you know what I mean? There's so many weird things related to, like, radius. Like a lot of skills that have like an AoE just work at like there's always just little weird things all over the place. Like it's kind of funny. Like even just like I think like naturally like like whatchamacallit, like to the side, like directly left and right of your character and of any character goes farther, if that makes sense, if you get what I'm saying. Like it makes, like, how do I put it, like to the edge of the screen is less distance than to the corners of the screen, which like that makes sense, obviously. Like obviously that makes sense, but that does lead to weird things. Also, oh, is it down here? It must be down here, right? Or did I get the super rare middle sewer? I might have. That's like the one exception. Because every once in a while when you go into the sewers, the entrance to the level 2 is actually in the middle somewhere. Which I think I actually seem to have gotten. Which is pretty rare. I say it's pretty rare, but I think I got it in like my other rando run. Or at least on another run. Like I've gotten it more than once, I think. Oh, I think I just got an Infernal tool. That might be nice, but we'll see what that set is. But so yeah, that's what we got. We got it in the middle. Like I think I said it's rare, but I think I got it last time too, which is kind of funny. Here's Gloombats. Ice Hawk. These guys are always kind of annoying because they run away. There's a lot of enemies actually in Act 3 that run away. Like the gorillas do too. They're a little different, but they kind of work on the same concept of when they get low on health, they run away. It's just that the bats will run away and like roost, whereas the gorillas just kind of run away and just kind of hang out. I actually forget what the intricate differences are, because I think they both actually have the unique trait that when they run away because they want to heal, they actually get increased life regeneration, which is like unique. Jeez, look at all this shit. But we did get the brain. Hell yeah. Or the heart, I should say. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, let's put some points in. What are my stats looking like? My base for that is... So let's get some more life. My life's been a little low. You have found Kalim's heart. It's really gross. What are my stats? I'm at 24, so I just got bumped up. I can put a point to hunger if I wanted to. I mean, I don't want to really, but like there's nothing else to. I don't think it synergizes anything, right? That's kind of the interesting thing about the... Well, I guess maybe not, because these skills do. That's kind of the interesting thing about physical versus magic in this game with the advent of synergies, is that most physical skills don't tend to have a lot of synergies because they don't really need them, because they're already like, most of them are percentage based, so they kind of scale with your equipment. I don't need the lifesteal yet. It'd be nice to make my direwolves a little stronger, and I'd get a second one right away, right? Yeah, so I might as well. Sure. Let's take a look at our stuff. We got them fat treads. It's nothing special. It has good resistances, like a lot of stuff seems to, but Infernal Torch. Oh yeah, here's the sword I picked up. 40% versus 70%. I mean, that makes all the difference. Yeah, I don't need those. Let me see. Kleeglaws. Oh yeah, the Inferno. Because I got the hat, so I have the wand. I also got Saigons. Hey, I got a new Saigons at least. Oh shit, I actually have 4 Saigons now. Let's go. I think I already checked out Kleeglaws, right? And I was just like, yeah, that's whatever, and then I got rid of it. That seems about right. Don't need these runes. I do need this though. A lot of things need an Eth rune, I feel like, in the early game. Eth is a really popular thing to need. I didn't even think about this. I don't forget if I mentioned this, but I think the Valkyrie sticking around is another one of those resurrected things they changed. Because I'm pretty sure in D2 Classic and Legacy D2, the Valkyrie, if you don't have an actual point in her, she will not stick around for very long. Which is, you know, another one of those little nice quality of life changes that just, like, makes sense. Because otherwise, like, keep in mind that it's still, like, useful, quote unquote, because obviously she can still tank for a second, but like in vanilla, it's really only useful if you are an Amazon with a Valkyrie point. It's basically just an excuse to have a level 15 Valkyrie without actually having to put points into it. Oh shit, another Saigons. Wait, do I have the armor though? I don't. Oh shit, we're actually pretty close to completing this. We got like all the pieces at once. Let me head back in here quickly. Because for some reason I thought I maybe didn't pick up a piece. That does not look to be the case. I guess I'll pick these up just to sell them then. More sword. Yeah, that seems good.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Increase attack speed, blah blah blah. Hey, faster cast rate. Too bad you can't use these. Hey, 3 to Iron Maiden. Cool. Wish you could use these. Oh well. I mean, I guess I could have saved them for the Barb Merc. But, eh. I guess while we're here, let's check out what these do. Just never know. Could actually be useful. Like, what do these give? Increased attack speed, blah blah blah. Just some faster hit recovery, increased attack speed. Decent stats, but like, these are really disappointing for needing 5 pieces. Like, this is the problem with Saigons, is it's like, that's it? You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't even put the thing in. Oh, wait. I can't use it because I don't have enough strength. It needs 70 strength! It's a level 5 item, but I can't actually use it. That's funny. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, we'll see what the full set gives us later then. Bada bing, bada boom. I mean, I guess I'll quickly check this too. Inferno gives hit blinds target, maximum fire resist or lightning resist. Nothing special though. Yeah, alright, I guess let's just go to Travancore now. We're on our way, baby. I guess I could have taken my... Nah, the TP is probably slower. Also, where's the entrance in here? So it should be top right then. Smack all them vultures. Ooh, none of you. Teleporter. Teleportation got so nerfed, you know what I mean? Like, I get that it was kind of annoying that monsters healed when they teleported, but I feel like well, if that's the real problem, then why would you not just make it so monsters don't heal when they teleport? Like, why was that the thing that they decided to... You know what I mean? Like, they nerfed it to the point where the healing barely matters, and it's like... But they also just nerfed it in general? Like, it's weird to me that that was their solution. Ah, I got another torch. Like, to me, it seems like the obvious thing would have been to just get rid of the healing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get why... Oh, I didn't get the book. Why? We'll head back to the book. I'll find the TP here, I guess. Or maybe I'll just go straight to the causeway. Go to Travancore. Oh, I mean, if we find the thing right away, then fuck it. Have I seen the temple? I think it's actually, looks like it's like right next to that sewer entrance. The book is a nice... It's kind of funny that there's 2 different quests in this act that both... I feel like in vanilla, they both basically amount to you get more life out of it. Because you get the portion that gives you 20 life, and then you get the book that gives you 5, points of attributes to put into. Wow, Wailing Beast? That's like an enemy that just shows up here normally. That's kind of awesome. I don't know if they. I don't think they show up specifically in this one, but they definitely show up in one of any of like the other ones. Because I think this one's always flesh hunters, which wouldn't you know it showed up here too, which is kind of uncanny. That's pretty funny, actually. Alright, you have found the book! It should give all of us a little more insight as to the nature of the prime evils. Ah, but as for you...
It should give all of us here some...
I was wondering if that line is like... Like, is that a line that means, like, where the player is an enigma? Or that, like, the player is gonna read the book? Or, like, you know what I mean? Hard to say. Oops. I always do that. I hate having the different stashes. Like, at that point, why not just make this one bigger? You know what I mean? Like, it's silly to me, because it's just a waste of time, I feel like. Because if it's in that stash and you don't have it selected, I don't think you can take it out from, like, buying at a store. Saigon's wrap. What am I missing? Just the sword, right? Like, let me just double check. I was gonna sell it, but I'm not 100%. Like, I'm missing the sword, right? Saigon guard, yeah. Actually, is it a sword or is it a shield? It might actually be a shield. I'm not sure if Saigon's has a weapon. I think it actually might be a set that doesn't have a weapon. Regardless, let's get to going. I was gonna try to attack the stupid parrot bird. I saw it flying. I was like, it's a vulture. Whack it. You know, I'm freaking. I've been like socially. What's the word? Like conditioned. Yeah, that's the word. I've been conditioned to kill vultures because of Donkey Kong Country, and this game too. Both games with the big vulture activity. Berserker. He's gonna die in one hit because he's a berserker. That's a fun fact. I think a lot of sources for berserkers say that they have 50% more health than other champions. Because they have a 50% modifier on their health. But that 50% modifier is not they have 50% more health than regular champions. It's they have 50% of their regular health. So they're actually pretty fragile compared to most enemies. Or at least to most like boss monsters. They die pretty quick. The catch is that they're really tough is the thing. Ooh, nice. Getting a lot of shit. I'm glad I turned up the drop rate, just because, like, it would have been kind of lame to not just be using magic stuff the whole time. Awoo. Gah. Is it illegal to awoo? War Scepter. Alright, let's get that TP, waypoint, whatever you want to call it. Ah, I just did like a full... Yo! I'm doing a circle around Kane. You have done well, my friend. 50% faster run walk? Holy shit. That might be something to put on just for the just so I can schmoove around, which is kind of funny to think about. I've been using the word schmoove a lot lately. On the Blackened Temple. The Blackened Temple is such a funny quest to me because it's just part of Kaleem's will. There's a lot of like Act 2 is really bad for this, but even Act 3 kind of has this. Mind you, technically this is different because you can complete Blackened Temple without actually doing the Kaleem stuff. It's just, you know, it doesn't do too much for you without the flail, unless you're in multiplayer, in which you can actually kind of cheese things. Cathans. I don't think you get anything for in 2 Cathans, right? I mean, I would get this extra stuff, so I get like the damage and stuff, but I really want this resists. What does my Merc have actually? Yeah, plus those skills is kind of useful for him, so I'll keep this, at least for now. Oh, I can actually use this now, huh? How much damage does Firewall do level 13? It's actually pretty good. That's a fun idea, but like, in practice, am I really gonna want to do that, or am I just gonna want to keep whacking stuff? Because most of the other stuff for this is for whacking. It's like, as funny as it is to have firewall, I'm not gonna use it. I'd rather keep this in here, and then maybe like... Huh. Maybe use this for like just running past stuff, you know what I mean? Ah well. He's all good. He's all good. I keep wanting to click on that stupid portal. Alright, normally the council is kind of a big deal because they're pretty tough in vanilla. Like, they have a lot of health, and you know, they're like different types of aura enchanted and elemental enchanted. They tend to be pretty rough. Especially Flamefinger has a bad tendency to just like give you if you're not careful. Not to mention that because of the Hydra bug means they do a shit ton of damage to your pets and your merc. You can see my regular dog died. Short warbow. Might as well pick up the shield too, like it could be good. I didn't even think about this, but if Kyling's fail, it could be actually a good weapon. Oh, so I'm not sure how, but it's possible to, if you do like things in a weird order, like you can make Kane basically go into like this. Oh, it's just not changed at all, huh? You can make Kane basically go into like this like loop where he'll just keep saying ridding Kurast in Act 3, never do anything. Which is like, I don't know how, but it's like an online thing. If like get rushed through in like a certain way, it'll happen. It's not a big deal, mind you, but it is funny that it can happen. Do I have the snow gear? I don't think I have it anymore because I think I already got it all. Yes, sir, Bob. Alright. Have I talked about the Hydra bug before? I don't even remember. It's like a weird thing where, so because... Actually, I don't even remember exactly how it works. I don't think they didn't fix it in D2R, I think, either. It's like still in here, because they were fucking up my pets, so... I assume it's still a thing. But, it's like, because the Kurast dudes are super uniques, they get a bunch of bonus damage, right? Against like pets and hirelings and stuff. That's like a, you know, a mechanic in the game. But a weird quirk of that is that Hydras are like a very weird special like case. I think that like Hydras have to be like hard coded to work basically because monsters can't usually have minions, right? They're like they can't have pets usually because even though Hydras are like sort of work like a spell that cast fireballs, they are technically a pet in the same way that like, you know, these dudes are, right? They're dudes that like hang around. They're very different in the way they work, but under the hood they are pets, right? So you can, you know, do a bunch of things with them related to pets and whatnot and all that jazz. And they'll disappear if you get too far away from them, you know, all that jazz. So normally monsters can't have pets because it like the game just isn't set up to work like that, right? Under normal circumstances, it causes a bunch of weird shit to happen. But Hydras are like hard coded to work properly, and that's for like that mechanic essentially. And as a result, it kind of creates this weird thing where I believe what happens is that because they are the pets of super unique dudes, what happens is that like the super uniques get a damage bonus against your pets. And then the Hydras inherit that bonus damage and also get their own bonus damage. So it's like a huge multiplier, essentially, is what's happening. I believe that's how that works. I want to say that's how that works, but, you know, I'm no bloody genius with this game. There's so many in-depth quirks and glitches with this game that it's hard to remember them all, to be honest. So if that's not how it works, then, you know, sue me, whatever. Please don't sue me, but, you know, take it with a grain of salt. That might not be how it actually works. I mean, I guess I should pick that up. first floor of this usually isn't very big, although I feel like I'm having a hard time hitting these guys. I don't know if that's actually true or if it's just like coincidence. Maybe they can block. Maybe a rare jewel. That could be cool if I actually like had something good. Imagine being able to put that into one of my helms that's already like decent. Wailing beasts. Wailing beasts are pretty notable for being like, I think in vanilla? Actually, I shouldn't even say vanilla, like just in D2 class, like just in the regular game, I should say, like. And when I say regular game, I mean basically if you're not playing modded, essentially. I think Wailing Beasts are the only enemy in the game that is both immune to magic and not undead in hell difficulty. I believe that is the case, that they're the only one like that. Because that's like a big reason why Blessed Hammer was so insane for a long time. Is that essentially it used to ignore magic resistance on undead monsters, and it just so happened that virtually every monster in the game that was magic immune just happened to also be undead. Wow, this holy shit, dude! This would be phenomenal if I was actually a freaking summoner, dude. Like what? Ooh. Much slower attack speed and lower damage, but it has a crushing blow. I think I had something like this before, though. Okay, deaths. Some fire res. That's not anything special. Got another mantle heal. 49 versus 53, but this has 7% lifesteal, which is like a way bigger deal. And this thing even has better poison resistance. So, yeah. Get rid of that. This would have been awesome to find if I was a... Actually, in hindsight, this is kind of just awesome, period, because the Phantasm Aura still works on me. And this gives a ton of elemental damage. Holy shit. Should I use this? You know what? I think I might actually use it just for the novelty of using a freaking wand. Because that's kind of hilarious. Where's my death stuff? Did I already get out the death stuff? I might have actually gotten the death. I thought that was like infernal. Yeah, I think I already have the death. So you know what? We'll keep the sword in here for now. But like, this has a fanaticism, which is giving me a huge boost to my attack speed and to my damage and attack range. And it's boosting all my other dudes. So like, when I get to the Barb Merc in Act 5, he's gonna love that shit. That's actually awesome. Did I accidentally put into there? I keep doing that. I did not. Thank God. Here's your fun fact. I've definitely mentioned this, but like it's... I guess in D2R it probably isn't even faster to do the same way because of the long loading times, but in Classic at least it's much faster to just quickly go over here instead of going all the way to Haratley in Act 3. And here's another fun fact. Haratley's spelled wrong in the game files in a lot of places, which actually leads to things getting fucked up. Which is kind of funny because like they couldn't they made this, they gave him like this fancy name and then they couldn't even spell it right half the time, so it actually like legitimately messes with certain things. So this is kind of fun. I actually have a fanaticism more, and like that gave me a huge damage boost. Like look at my damage. I'm doing 1,000 damage potentially. That's awesome. I even have amp damage if I really wanted to. Can I use that? I can't use that, unfortunately. Still, this is actually kind of cool. What a thing to find a wand that's, like, phenomenal for being a physical attacker. Let me check something. Oh, wow, look at all this stuff. Unfortunately, the wand's most notable thing is that the wand has a great swinging sound effect, but when I'm a bear, I don't use that sound effect, so... Holy moly, I'm finding a lot of stuff. When I'm a bear, I don't use that sound effect, I just use the hit sound, so it's not as satisfying, unfortunately. That's a big thing with staffs, actually. Staffs are, like... One of the reasons why Ribcracker is such a great weapon is... honestly, is because it has, like, a super satisfying, like, hit sound. Nope. Tangrids, that's nice. Burnt one. Nothing special. Nah. Like, I'm basically just using this belt for the lightning damage and resistances. So if I found something that was, like, significantly better at this point, I would use it. 10 grids. I guess I should keep that, because I don't have 10 grids yet, do I? I don't remember if I have a 10 grids anywhere. I don't. What level is this? This is like a still kind of early game, but it's like less early game, if that makes sense. So we'll put that here. Oh, I also have this. Another angelic. Actually, do I have an angelic already? I do. Well, I might as well put it in here. So wouldn't it be funny if 2 angelic rings was actually like really good? It doesn't even get a bonus. I mean, that makes sense. It doesn't get a bonus on itself, like duh, but it's kind of funny. I might as well keep that though, because like technically the funny thing is I don't remember how this works, but if I have enough to get a set bonus, they might actually both get the set bonus. I don't know if that actually works like that, but it might actually. It's like that might be like a weird quirk. I don't have anything in my cube.
Not in town.
Because like I just want to show off like let me just I can't here. Let me just switch to regular attack for a second. The whipping sound effect is so satisfying. It's like one of the best parts about using a wand as a melee weapon. Boo! I didn't even realize my totem died. Oh, did I just call it that? That's funny. I guess that segues into a fun little topic. So, D2, actually, the weird thing about, like a weird thing, I mean, I guess it's not really weird, but Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction specifically, actually has a lot of names for things that are actually like different from what they're actually called. And that actually doesn't really exist in D2 like classic, I guess, before LOD, because I guess they had a lot more time to, you know, put things in the oven, or like, if you get what I mean, like they had time to like, they probably thought about this stuff for a while before they actually like programmed a lot of it. So it's mostly just anything that has a different name is generally actually like just like something that's like unused or something. But an example of this is a lot of skills in D2 LOD actually have different names in the game files than what they are actually called, which is something that doesn't really happen in the actual, like, in Classic. And you know, for example, like the totems, you may be wondering what I'm calling the totems. It's these spirits. The spirits actually have the right names in the game files. Like their skills are referred to as the proper thing, but internally, they're like the generic name for them. Like if you look at like their pet name, they're actually all referred to as totems. And I'm not sure where that comes from. It's possible that like they were gonna be, it's like related to like maybe totem poles because of the, you know, the druid is kind of that nature. But you know, don't quote me on that one. I'm not actually sure. And there's other things like. One of my favorite funny ones, actually, is that the vines that you get. The solar creeper is just called vine for some reason. Like, the carrion vine actually gets a really cool name. The carrion vine internally is called the cycle of life because it eats food. Or, like, it eats corpses to give you food, which is, like, kind of an apt name. It's kind of a cool name to give it. But, like, I just love that the solar creeper is just vine for some reason. They didn't want to give it like a fancy name. The poison creeper also gets a cool name. It's called the what is it called? It's called the plague poppy, which is kind of a I'm not entirely sure. I mean, this is just my speculation, but I think that's a reference to. That might be a reference to the Flanders Field poem. You know, pocket full of posies. It's like a reference to the Black Plague. which is kind of a sick name. I kind of wish they called it the Plague Poppy now. Now that I mentioned that. The funny thing is, I only just now thought of that. I didn't realize that until now. I didn't think about the fact that like it's called a Plague Poppy. Probably because it's a reference to that poem. That's kind of cool, actually. I kind of wish they called it the Plague Poppy now. The Spirit Wolf was called Summon Fenris, like the spirits. Or no, the Summon Dire Wolf is Summon Fenris. I think Spirit Wolf is just called Summon Wolf. Actually, that might not be true. I don't remember. Yeah, Dire Wolves are internally called Fenris. I think that's how you pronounce it. I know that from Final Fantasy, because Fenris is a summon in some of those games, specifically 9. And you know, someday I promise you, someday I will go back to 9 and finish it. We're like halfway through that game, but it's just like, you know. Here's a weird one actually. Is that the assassin's fire bombs, like her initial firebomb, like her like level 1 trap skill, internally is called fire trauma. I'm not sure where that name comes from, but that's what they went with. That's the internal name. I'm not sure why that's called that. I guess it makes sense in some regards, obviously, but it's like, it's a weirdly like, because they just call, I'm pretty sure they're just called fire bombs, right, in the actual game. I like right now, man, I'm finding so much stuff. I'm trying to think if there's any other skills that aren't called the, or have like a different name. I think it's mostly just the summons that the dude has that are different names. I forget if there's any other assassin skills. If there are, I don't remember them off the top of my head. Man, Mephisto just got melted. Hoo-wee, poor guy.
Mephisto's hatred was a poisonous void.
That's a good quote. Mephisto's hatred was a poisonous void. Pick these up, I guess. I think that's it. You know, since I always do, like most, like let's face it, the vast majority of people just immediately run to the portal. Let's actually talk to everyone.
Our faith in you was well deserved.
But Diablo has made his way to hell, and likely Baal has followed him there.
Yes.
It's kind of funny, they don't really talk about Baal much in vanilla, in Classic. You have defeated a primeval in combat. Ormus is impressed beyond words. You must go into the portal. More Saigons. Saigons, I just need the guard. Yeah, we'll just sell all these. Oh yeah, I guess we can't talk to Natalia. Natalia's kind of an enigma. I wonder, like, people say like she was like basically like an advertisement for the assassin class, but like, were they planning on adding her from the get-go? You know what I mean? Like, were they always planning on having Lord of Destruction as an expansion? And including the assassin as a character? Or is that just like something they just kind of decided on?
Good day.
And like there's also the fact that like she disappears the instant you killed Mephisto, but she has dialogue that she can tell you about.
Well done, my friend.
You are an honorary Iron Wolf. She has dialogue for when you kill Mephisto. It's just you can't see it in single player. You have to be in a multiplayer game where basically if you kill Mephisto, and then before you like finish the quest, you basically like you have to kill Mephisto, but someone has to be in town so she can't disappear. Basically, I think that's how that works. Something like that. It's like really weird. All right, we're here. We're in hell, baby. Or I guess the gateway of hell, technically.
Greetings.
Halboon Jamala.
Hail to you, gentlemen.
These guys are really weird too, because they have like they don't have any gossip. Like Act 4 is like considered like really rushed, and I'm not sure if that's actually true or if it's just like a stylistic choice. I don't remember. I think they've said it was actually rushed though, but there are some weird things with that too. Like whatchamacallit, like, not even weird things with this act being rushed, but the fact that, like, they have, like, these generic lines, like, hail to you, champion, and whatnot, right? But the funny thing is, most NPCs in this game actually have dummied out dialogue where they say, hail to you, champion. Like, I don't think everyone does, but most of them do. Even, like, I think even ones you wouldn't expect to have it, like, what's his face? Mr. Witch Doctor dude does. Like, it's funny. It's weird. Another weird thing is that, there's unused dialogue for Gemma where she just sounds, like, much younger, essentially, is what it is, which is, like, another weird thing. Let me get rid of my... Well, since I'm here, I might as well just quickly get rid of all my regular potions so I can replace them with greater healing potions. Hooray. Not that I really use my potions much, because I'm so beefy right now, but eh. But, yeah, I'm just kind of stalling at this point, because it's just, like, it's a short episode otherwise, but, it is kind of cool to be able to be like, you know, hell yeah, I got a wand. I'm using that. But, yeah, that'll be it for this part. See you guys later.